Chapter 35: Well-being, Health, Happiness, Longevity, and Transcendence Through Breathing. Well-being, health, and happiness is the basic interest of a human being in life. Everybody wants to live longer. Medical science and holistic science revolve around means and ways to extend life, health, and happiness of a human being. To enhance the lifespan and health is being tackled through different directions. All directions and angles have their own positive perspective and have rendered wonderful results in multiple ways. By good food habits, regular exercise, by proper medical care, by stress-free life, and by taking care of many health-concerning aspects, one can on an average live for 1,000 months. How healthy and trouble-free one lives, it varies from person to person. However, one can extend his life further and live healthy and happily provided he clearly understands his physical body, his mental turmoil, and his own well-being. Furthermore, if he orients his energies towards subject, that is physical body, besides judicially using the present development of medical sciences for his welfare, he is immensely benefited. Subjective human science enriches the subject, that is, one's individual physical body, a tool that need to be supervised, looked after, and need to be felt with subjective knowledge. All the signals of the body are to be monitored, and then corrective actions are to be taken by subjective ways. For this, inner vigilance is needed to be developed. One has to be introvert to understand himself and to be with the self. Moreover, one has to understand the self deeply, and he has to apply the accumulated knowledge of the self, since subject is to be taken care of by self means only. It has to be visualized and perceived that human physical body is closely linked with other four bodies which are dormant in human system. Gross physical body is closely coordinated with pranic, mental, intellectual, and spirit bodies of human system. One has to develop himself to feel the other bodies of the system besides having closely monitored his physical body. If one of the bodies is not properly nourished, it will affect the remaining four, since all are closely interwoven. These five bodies govern our thoughts, words, and actions. There is such a complex feedback system among all these bodies that each body affects another body very closely. Among them, spirit is the finest, and physical body is gross. Pranic, mental, and intellect bodies are the Karan Sharir, and may be called subtle bodies. Until complete cohesiveness is not attained in all these bodies, blissful state, the finest state, cannot be perceived. Only by achievement of cohesive state and blissful state, the well-being of all the bodies are assured, and then only the extension of life, health, happiness with complete well-being can be achieved. The above is only possible when due attention is paid scientifically to other four concealed bodies in the gross physical body besides the physical body. In-depth approach of the scientific development is needed, at least in broad spectrum, so that it must take care of all the bodies of the human system. Disintegrated approach of medical care merely for the physical body healing may lead to the other complex disabilities of other hidden bodies that may lead to increased physical, mental, and intellectual problems, such that science will not be able to tackle easily this remedy in future. So firstly, the close understanding of all the bodies of the human system must be perceived prior to deal with the integrated approach for the whole system. The future research needs to be oriented in this integrated direction for happy growth of the human race. This will certainly lead to the extension of human life with proper health and well-being. Basically, all the set norms for maintaining the physical well-being must be followed. Abdominal breathing pattern must be followed for better health. Breath, prana should be diverted mentally to the unhealthy organ of the body. A healthy physical and pure body transmits strength to the pranic body, which in turn gives the vitality to the mental body. This increases mental strength and makes the mind silent, that increases its capacity and show right direction to mind by virtue of cultivated silence. Silence, in turn, assimilates pure knowledge in the mind that takes away all the vices of the mind gradually, and right positive illumination or knowledge pours in the mind. Furthermore, meditation should be made an undeviated significant part of daily routine, since meditation plays a major role in the direction of positive assimilation of thoughts. It gives very fine energy to the subtle systems of mind and intellect to make an accelerated progress to make them healthy, refined, and strong. All these consequently result in the dissolution of the egoistic nature of the self, and the soul or consciousness gradually starts having its positive influence on thoughts, words, and deeds of an individual. With time, gradually, soul is able to visualize its basic origin. This will enlighten the individual to choose the right and appropriate direction, and he will cease to be the subordinate of his senses, and gradually he will lead happy and blissful life under the influence of manifested, illuminated soul or consciousness without the effect of vices of the mind. Meditation is the subtle food for subtle and causal bodies. It plays a vital role for the life extension, health, happiness, and well-being of physical human body. This acts like a catalyst to enhance the process of gradually conceiving life force, pranic energy, and pure soul light. Basically, it increases the consciousness level. Manifested consciousness is transformed in superconsciousness, and finally, consciousness is transformed in divine light before it becomes part of being the supernal. In this state, time is transcended, and then with discontinuities, whole process gets repeated. Thus, with time, in timeless frame, consciousness gets more refined vibrations. It gets manifested. In this state, divine energy is poured to human system automatically through apex center. Gradually, with time, one will be able to feel this phenomenon. Appearance of life force manifested in meditation passes through various chakras. Frequent movement of life force with discontinuity create divine energy in the chakras. This will make the body healthy and strong. This finally acts as a healing energy to all dormant subtle bodies of human system besides physical body. Apart from this, divine energy received from cosmos, being in stateless state of oneness with the being, manifest consciousness, and transmits pure power of divine healing to each cell, since consciousness is spread everywhere in human body, all around us, in this entire universe. Moreover, in deep meditation, as when one is beyond time, in timeless zone, when time is not felt, time is transcended. He is then beyond time and space. Consciousness is then manifested itself, and divine healing energy is poured from cosmos that lead to extend the life of a human being with perfect health and happiness. Under these conditions, human breath is calm and quiet. It is in state of suspension. Without full cooperation of breathing process, there is no possibility of having control of mind and mergence of self in supernal for manifestation of consciousness. Furthermore, in the state of meditation, physical body is completely relaxed, mind is concentrated, it is one-pointed, breathing process slows down, pulse rate of heart comes down. Even this achievement is the indication of life enhancement as per medical science. Moreover, in between the two breaths, that is outgoing, and the fresh breath, that is on the threshold of entering the human system, one remains without breath for a fraction of a second. This interval without breath is the span of death. In this discontinuity between breaths, that is in this interval, one is in the state of unconsciousness. In this state of consciousness, he is without breath, he is beyond time and space, he is in the zone of Akal, in timeless zone, he is in being, in the spirit that is supernal unknowingly. If consciously one can understand and experience this mystery of the divine nature, one can draw more energy consciously from cosmos. Unknowingly also, this energy is poured in the human system. This divine energy gives grace to the concerned, heals each and every organ since it is spread all over in each cell of the body. Thus, the life is extended automatically by this energy along with the manifestation of consciousness, which gets manifested in timeless zone. Deep contemplation indicates that each one of us in the blossom of death 21,600 times per day, that is, the number of times one generally breathes. However, this duration is extremely small, but if it is integrated considering that one breathes approximately 10 times a minute, taking 6 seconds for each breath with a gap or interval of 1 second between the two consecutive breaths, then it is not difficult to assess that a person remains nearly 30 minutes without breath per day. In other words, he is without breath 15 to 20 hours per month, about 8 to 10 days per annum, and in total lifespan of 80 years, about 800 days, that is approximately 3% of the lifespan, he is without breath. With the death spirit supernal in totality, he is in the zone of timeless. He is being beyond time and space. He is unconscious and without breath. It is miraculous experience if one be conscious in this discontinuity. By meditation and by consciously observing the breath, one can extend this period even up to 10 to 15% by reducing the number of breaths taken per minute, and subsequently the lifespan can be extended. In this interval, one is generally unconscious. He is consciousless. He is in discontinuity. He is in on and off cycle of consciousness. Thus, he can be with the supernal by his efforts and with the grace of being. During this period, he can instantaneously be beyond time and space. Mind becomes very silent if consciously this discontinuity time interval is increased without any stress. It can even become the continuum experience to be with the Absolute. It is the discontinuity that makes a pathless path to be in unison with the being. This helps to draw direct cosmic energy from the Absolute as and when it is needed by the system. Gradually, system will be filled with the divine light. This increases the lifespan. This makes him healthy, happy, peaceful and graceful. Thus, he can be with the source of light of the Absolute. He can manifest his consciousness and enable to extend the healthy life to the maximum extent, since positive energy is fed to all bodies of human system, including gross, subtle and causal. Thus, one can achieve extension of life through manifestation of consciousness to be beyond time and space with discontinuities by taking step into being. This will transform consciousness spontaneously in unconsciousness with discontinuity. This will generate Sanjeevani power, that is, life energy in the system. Rama used the same technique with his divine power to revive and rejuvenate Lakshman when he was unconscious in war. Also, as per Indian philosophy, one is born with fixed number of breaths. As the number of breaths consumed in life is exhausted, he has to leave the body. He dies. But by taking less number of breaths per minute, as explained above, it is natural that lifespan of an individual will increase. Furthermore, taking breath from right nostril and mostly taking breath from both nostrils, by keeping both nostril open and clean, divine energy enters the system. Thus, tranquil breathing system is maintained that lead to increase the lifespan, and continuously system is healed and is maintained healthy. In the nutshell, the divine energy is drawn in discontinuities by mergence in being, by mergence in breathing process, by discontinuity of flow of life force through various chakras, through spinal cord, etc. Also, by discontinuities in various processes of breathing exercises, and by other multifold ways, the drawn divine energy is used to nourish all 5 human bodies to make them healthy. Divine energy will manifest divine virtuous qualities in a human being through manifestation of consciousness. This will transmit healthier vibrations to each and every cell and give enormous pure healthier energy to the system. Thus, the healthier human life can be extended by divine energy. This is the safest and reliable way of life extension by manifestation of consciousness. To be beyond time and space with discontinuities and to step into being, this transform consciousness spontaneously in consciousless with discontinuity. This gives supreme knowledge besides the life extension. To summarize, one can easily visualize by the core analysis of this subject that health, happiness, well-being, and transcendence are feasible through proper breathing and by having full command on breathing. Hence, to say that breath is God is not hyperprojection of breathing.